Awards is an annual awards-only event designed to honor excellence in indie gaming, featuring categories that highlight innovation, storytelling, artistry, and more. The nomination and award selection process is carefully curated by a diverse jury of judges, including media professionals, influencers, and industry experts who share a passion for indies. The Indie Game Awards shine a spotlight on the creativity and passion that drive the indie game scene. The developers are at the forefront of every stage, from presenters, nominees, and of course, IGA recipients. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Many Thoughts I Have podcast. I am going to be talking to you about my thoughts on the Indie Game Awards that happened very recently. At the time of recording, I just finished up watching the presentation maybe about an hour-ish ago. And my goodness, what an amazing show that SixOneIndie have put together. Big kudos and well done to the team at SixOneIndie for just creating such an amazing space for independent developers to be spotlighted for the world to see. The amazing and hard work that they put into their indie games always deserves the spotlight, no matter what game they made, how many people are in their team. It doesn't matter. They deserve all of the love and support from us, the gamers, the people who love playing their games. So big shout out to the SixOneIndie team for putting this together. I really thoroughly enjoyed watching this show, and I really enjoyed the fact that this was literally no nonsense, there was like no advertisement or any kind of announcements for future upcoming games or anything like that. And it was literally just about these people that have a passion for creating games. And that's what I really love about indie games in general. Just the amount of love and passion that they put into creating these amazing stories and just games in general. So I am going to be here to talk to you about all of the amazing nominees and recipients, things that I really loved about the show, and just singing praises to the Indie Game Awards 2024. So we are going to be starting off with the nominees for the different categories, and then the recipient of that award per category. A lot of the games that were presented at the IGA, I haven't actually played myself. However, there are a lot of them where I've tried the demo to, or I've seen a little bit of gameplay from other content creators, and they all deserve being highlighted here. And even for those who weren't nominated at all, if there is any kind of indie game that you loved playing throughout the year, definitely go and spotlight them and support them however you can. Shout them out in your socials, just share them around with friends and family, and just tell everybody how much you love the games that you played this year that were independently made. Nothing too pricey, no AAAs here. And that's what I love about independently made games as well, is the fact that there's a lot of passion that goes into making it. And then you see some teams that are, solo developers, or really small teams in general, and that don't really spend a lot of money to make these games. And that's the thing about video games, is that you don't have to spend so much money to make something that is really cool and really good. So Big shout outs to everybody who got nominated and to the recipients of the awards. We're going to start off with the debut game category, which is recognizing the innovation, creativity, and impact of a studio that has set a high standard right from the start with its first commercial launch. And the nominees in this category are Arranger by Furniture and Mattress LLC, Lil Guardsman by Hilltop Games, Little Kitty Big City by Double Dagger Studio, Laurel Knot by Moon Lagoon, Mullet Mad Jack by Hammer 95, and Worldless by No Name Studios. And the winner of that category, the recipients of that category went to Little Kitty Big City by Double Dagger Studio. Big congratulations to them. That game is definitely in my backlog to go and play at some point. I was, graciously gifted this particular game from a workmate of mine. They saw it on my wish list on Steam and they were like, this would be a really good birthday present, and they bought this game for me, but I haven't gotten around to playing it. However, I've seen others play it, like content creators, and it looks like a lot of fun and just very cute, very colorful, there's a lot of humor to it as well, so it looks really cool. So congratulations to Little Kitty Big City for receiving the Debut Game Award. The next category is for Notable Achievement in Accessibility, and this is recognizing a game that prioritizes inclusivity by offering extensive adjustments and thoughtful options, ensuring an equitable and enjoyable experience for all players, regardless of their abilities. And the nominees in this category are Another Crab's Treasure by Aggro Crab, Elsie by Night Shift Games, Periphery Synthetic by Shift Backtick, Pine Hearts by Hyperluminal Games, SteamWorld Heist 2 by Thunder Full Development, and Surmount, a mountain climbing adventure by Jasper Opperell and Indiana Jonas. What a great name, Indiana Jonas. And the winner of the Notable Achievement in Accessibility Award went to Another Crab's Treasure. Now, I haven't actually played that particular game. I'm not sure that it's for me specifically, but it looks really cool. It also sends a really cool message about, all the microplastics that are in the ocean. So it's definitely sending a message about the environment and our oceans and all that sort of stuff. And the fact that they have, ample amount of accessibility options, which is really cool. So, congrats to the team over at Aggro Crab for that particular award. The next category is for music, which is recognizing a game with captivating the musical compositions that enhance immersion, evoke emotions, and leave a memorable impact on players. And the nominees for this category are Core Keeper by Pugstorm, Flock by Hollow Ponds, Pacific Drive by Ironwood Studios, The Cub by Demagogue Studio, Thrasher by Puddle Studio, Wild Bastards by Blue Manchu. And the winner for Best Music went to Pacific Drive by Ironwood Studios. I am always one for trying to listen to the score of a game. I never used to be. So this was really cool to see that they've got Best Music as a category here. And recognizing the amazing, composers from those teams of the games. Honestly, I'm also glad because in the presentation, they allowed for some of the music to actually play through a little bit on screen rather than sort of rushing through like some other award shows might do, especially in the TV and film industry. But I'm glad that they've they gave this category like a bit more length to it so that you can actually listen in to the score of some of these games. And honestly, Pacific Drive really like sounded really cool. So I'm glad that they've got their flowers for that, and congratulations to the composer as well. Yeah, these days, when I'm playing games, I am most of the time I am struck by the music that I hear, and I try to do that more often than I used to. So I am glad that all these teams are putting in a lot of passion and love into creating really great scores for these games. So congratulations to them. The next category is for Best Visual Design, and this is recognizing a game that exemplifies a unique, powerful, captivating art style, honoring the creativity and artistry that elevate the visual experience and leave a lasting impression on players. And the nominees for Best Visual Design are Bow Path of the Teal Lotus by Squid Shock Studios, Crow Country by SFB Games, Harold Halibut by Slow Bros, Haunty by Moon Loop Games, The Plucky Squire by All Possible Futures, and Ultros by Haddock. And the winner of Best Visual Design went to Harold Halibut by Slow Bros. And I honestly had no idea that their game took 13 years to create. That's crazy. But it goes to show the love they have for creating the game. The fact that it's stop motion also says a lot. The fact that it has taken this long for them to make it. But, the fact that they've had to create this game from start to finish, and it's taken them 13 years to make, and still come away with the recognition they deserve for it is insane. I love stop motion animated movies and shows. And I wish I had heard about this game before. It never really, came across my radar, to be honest. But now that I have seen a little clip of the game, and I'm much more curious about actually having a look into Harold Halibut. So I will definitely be checking that one out if I can. At some point, it looks really interesting. And I love stop motion, like especially when it's created in the most classic way with physical props and set pieces. So that's really cool. It's crazy how they make stop motion animations, but to then put it into a game space, that blows my mind. And I'm just so intrigued by the look of this game. So yeah, hats off to Harold Halibut by Slow Bros. I'll definitely look into that. But also congratulations to the rest of the nominees for Best Visual Design. The next category is for bite-sized games, and this is recognizing a standout title that delivers an impactful and engaging experience within a brief playtime. Now, before I get into the nominees, this is probably a category that resonates with me the most, because I tend to play a lot more of the bite-sized games, like the shorter games. If I can find an indie game that is, respectful of my time, that doesn't take longer than, I don't know, maybe 5 to 6 hours. I don't mind games that are a little bit longer. Like even if it does take me a bit longer, it usually means that I've loved the game so much that I want to keep playing it. There have been some exceptions to my own rule where I have played certain indie games that technically you could just mainline in less than 10 hours, but then I end up spending a lot more time on them because I just love it so much and I want to be the completionist. The completionist in me just wants to finish the game proper and just see everything that it is giving to us. So bite-sized games that are less than 5 hours. I think bite-sized games would be like, at most maybe 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours potentially, maybe less than that. And the nominees in this list, it's really cool to see some of the games in there I've actually played and really enjoyed. And yeah, all right, let's get into the nominees. Buckshot Roulette by Mike Klubnica, Clickolding by Strange Scaffold, Duck Detective, The Secret Salami by Happy Broccoli Games, Minami Lane by Doot and Bleep Bloop, Please Touch the Artwork Too by Thomas Waterzui, Thank Goodness You're Here by Cole Supper. And the recipient of Bite Size Game Award went to Thank Goodness You're Here by Cole Supper. And my goodness, this game had me in tears from laughing so much. It is such an amazing little game. It's literally just a point and click game. You're running around this little town, and the English humor either hits or it doesn't. And luckily for me, it hit. I still kind of understood the humor that they were trying to get across in their game. I had so much fun with it, and yeah, it's such a really good time and definitely deserving of the award for Bite Size Game. So definitely, big shout out for the team at Cole Supper. Really great game. And also big shout outs to all the other nominees. Duck Detective was a really good one as well, and I am absolutely looking forward to the sequel of that game. It was so much fun and very humorous. And yeah, the story was just really good. So I'm really looking forward to the sequel to Duck Detective. And Minami Lane is also another one that I also did. I played the demo too. I do have the full game. It is so cute and just very cozy. And it's just, yeah, it's fun. And you don't need to spend a lot of time on it. And that's why I love Minami Lane as well. But definitely need to look into the other games that I haven't played. I know that Please Touch the Artwork is definitely one that I have come across. I just never got around to. But yeah, no, definitely big shout outs to the nominees of Bite Size Games, and well done to everybody. The next category is for Best Innovation, and it's recognizing a game that pushes boundaries with its unique premise or gameplay twist, an experience that captivates players and redefines expectations in the industry. And the nominees are Cryptmaster by Paul Hart, Lee Williams, and Akupara Games, Karma Zoo by Pasta Games, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes by Simogo, Odada by Sven Algrim, Matilda Hoffman, and Bastian Klausdorf, Rusty's Retirement by Mr. Morris Games, and UFO 50 by Mossmouth. And the winner for Best Innovation went to Cryptmaster, and wow, the Cryptmaster accepted the award, and it had me giggling for a little bit. I love it when the team over that made Cryptmaster just they bring out the Cryptmaster for everyone, and it's always a good time when the Cryptmaster is on screen. So but the fact that he also was like being a little selfish, but it's all in good fun, and I love that. And yeah, I've heard so many good things about Cryptmaster, but I don't know that it is necessarily a game for me specifically. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad game. So kudos to them. They've done a great job. And yeah, like I think Oh Dada, it definitely is a game from that list that I have played, and I will say it's a very fun and interesting game. It really has me thinking about the sounds I use, because that game is a music-based game and you're essentially creating your own little mini tracks, and it's absolutely like it really sucks you in when you want to make the song sound really good or not. Like, it doesn't have to sound, great or perfect. That's the whole point of the game. It's, you make the different sounds so that you enjoy what you hear, and it's always good fun. So yeah, big shout out to the team who created Odada, but also, you know, applause to everybody who got nominated for Best Innovation. The next category is for emotional impact, and this is recognizing a game that profoundly resonates with players through personal, emotional, and thematic experiences, leaving a lasting impression and fostering deep connections with their audience. And the nominees are In Stars and Time by Insert Disc 5, Kind Words 2 by Pop Cannibal, Neva by Nomada Studio, Self Loss by Goodwin Games, Thirsty Suitors by Outer Loop Games, and Until Then by Polychroma Games. And the winner of the Emotional Impact Award went to Neva by Nomada Studio. My goodness, Neva is a beautiful, beautiful game. I loved playing that game from start to finish. It hits you in ways you didn't think it would. And just the art style really just pulled me in. And I loved it so much. When I played through that game, I just wanted to keep going and finish it right through to the end. I didn't finish it in one sitting, but I did still manage to get through it and complete the whole game and collected everything. And it's just, the music even really like brings you in to the story. The characters are really cool. The gameplay itself is interesting. I didn't think that combat in the game was going to work in such at an emotional level, but it did, and I really enjoyed that. So congratulations to Nomada Studio for creating such an amazing game. The next category is for gameplay design, and this is recognizing a game with exceptional gameplay mechanics that contribute to the overall flow, challenge, and enjoyment of the game, encouraging players to immerse themselves fully in the experience. And the nominees are Ballotro by Local Thunk, Grun by Sock Pop Collective, Mini Shoot Adventures by Soul Game Studio, Nine Souls by Red Candle Games, Tiny Glade by Pounce Light, and Victory Heat Rally by Sky Devil Palm. And the winner of gameplay design went to Ballotro. Also, thank you for for the pronunciation of the game's name, the title. I, for whatever reason, thought it was Balatro, or was it? Yeah, I think Balatro was where I was sort of heading towards in the pronunciation, but apparently that is incorrect, and it is Balatro. So big congratulations to the team at Local Funk for winning the award of gameplay design. I haven't actually played this game. I know a lot of people are playing it and they're absolutely loving it, and it's got their hooks in them. It's apparently a very addictive game from what I'm hearing as well. I don't know. I'm kind of scared of checking it out for that reason. I don't want to end up getting addicted to a game and not like playing other games that are out there. So, but you know what? to each their own. Everybody's really enjoying Balatro. So, big congrats to the team for winning that award. Tiny Glade, I will shout out Tiny Glade by Pounce Light. That is actually a really nice and chill building game, design game. And it's something that I didn't really play. I haven't really played too much of it, but from what I have played, it's really nice to be able to just change things without having to have so many menu options when you're like designing your buildings or your sort of landscapes. So it's like wherever you place certain things, you can make the sizes of these things bigger or smaller, and it changes the look of them depending on where you place them and how you place them. So that's actually a really cool gameplay mechanic in the game that I really enjoyed. So yeah, big shout outs to Pounce Light for their game Tiny Glade. And again, congrats to the nominees in that category as well. The next category is for Best Community Management, and this is recognizing an individual or studio that excels in fostering a vibrant and inclusive community through exceptional engagement, support, and communication that enhances player experience and builds lasting connections. And the nominees are Aggro Crab, Black Tabby Games, Local Funk, Massive Monster, NPC Studio, and Pounce Light. And the award for Best Community Management went to Aggro Crab. Big congratulations to them. And just, also a round of applause to the person who accepted the award. I think it was their marketing and community, I think it's their marketing and community manager. She was adorable. And the way that, they've cut together a little video for their acceptance speech was actually really cool and quirky, and I really love that. But also the fact that they're recognizing the people in their community and their team members was really, really amazing. So big congrats to Aggro Crab for that award. The next category is for Best Narrative, and this is recognizing a game that delivers a powerful narrative with compelling characters, immersive worlds, and or thought-provoking themes. And the nominees are 1000 Times Resist by Sunset Visitor, Arco by Arco Team, Caravan Sandwich by Studio Plain Toast, Fear the Spotlight by Cozy Game Pals, Last Time I Saw You by Maboroshi Artworks, and Mouthwashing by Wrong Organ. And the winner for Best Narrative Game goes to 1000 Times Resist. Big congratulations to the team at Sunset Visitor for receiving that award. Again, another game that I am hearing so many good reviews for, and apparently the story is really, really intriguing. I know that in the carpool gaming community, we have a little kind of like a book club for video games, kind of a group happening called the Backtrackers, and their most recent game that they played together was 1000 Times Resist, and the amount of comments I kept seeing pop up in the Backtrackers channel about how good the story is, the screenshots that they were sharing, they were just and very thought-provoking, themes that came out of that game, and a lot of them got very emotional from certain chapters of the game, which had me really thinking, wow, maybe I should actually check this out for myself. Like, I'm hearing so many good things about it, so I don't know. Maybe I have to add this to my list of games to check out at some point. I don't know that it really got me when I first heard about it, but now that I know that a lot of people have enjoyed it, maybe it's something that I should check out for myself and see what what it's all about and why people are raving about it. So, congratulations to 1000 Times Resist for Best Narrative. The next category is for Best Storyteller, and this is recognizing an exceptional storyteller whose profound narratives in games create lasting impressions, weaving unforgettable experiences that resonate deeply with players. This category is officially named the Muhammad Fahmy Storyteller Award, and being that it's the first of its kind, and also the fact that it's in honor of Muhammad Fahmy, who unfortunately passed away back in 2022. The recipient of this award went to Muhammad Fahmy's parents. It is such a beautiful thing to do as a collective, as a team, to award the Storyteller Award to his parents, and deservedly so. They, from what I hear, they must have raised an exceptional human being who was able to just create games with really, really profound, stories and journeys. I've played Coffee Talk, the first Coffee Talk. I'm in the middle of playing through episode 2, and that game is absolutely wonderful. I enjoyed Coffee Talk so much that I'm playing through it a second time, and it's just really interesting. And all it is you're just talking to customers coming into your coffee shop and making coffee for them. And it's really cool. And I love that. And it's just, it's such a great story that comes out of that game. And you get to learn about all these different characters and their lives. And it's just so good. Go play Coffee Talk, people. Like, seriously. I'm a big fan of Coffee Talk. I'm definitely looking forward to checking out the next game that Toge Productions is working on, and that's is it After Love EP. That's still in the works at the moment, and I'm really looking forward to the story of that game. I know that also there's a game, very short game, by the name of What Comes After. I played that one, I think it might have been last year or maybe the year before, and that game just really hits you at an emotional level. Especially if you're going through sort of mental health struggles, it really does resonate with you. And I had to sit with that one after I had finished that game. I believe I was also very emotional by the end of that game as well. So, because that also hit me, as I also have gone through quite a bit of my own, mental health, bit of a mental health journey, we'll say. And What Comes After is just a really beautiful story about that, and definitely emotional. So make sure you got some tissues by your side just in case. But very deservedly so that the first of this award goes to his parents, and just looking forward to many more recipients of this award as well in the future. The next category is for women-led game, and this is recognizing the outstanding achievements of a game developed by a women-led indie studio, celebrating innovation, creativity, and the unique perspectives brought to life through diverse storytelling and gameplay. And the nominees are Gaudlets by Auntie Games, Key Locker by Munana, Love Ghosty by Janbei Games, Mexico 1921, A Deep Slumber by Makula Interactive, Nightmare Cart by LW Media, and The Crimson Diamond by Julia Minamata. And the recipient of the Women-Led Game Award went to Mexico 1921, A Deep Slumber by Makula Interactive. I honestly have not heard of this game. Like, it's so bad that I haven't heard of this game. There's actually a few of those games that I haven't heard of. I think the only ones I have actually come across myself has been Gauntlets and Love Ghosty. But, I love seeing, women-led teams, indie studios creating games. We need more out there. They all need to be recognized. Kudos to those who have been nominated in this category. For those who haven't been nominated, like, you're still doing an amazing job. Keep at it. And I know that there are going to be a lot of people out there and a lot of gamers out there who really do enjoy your games, regardless of whether you win an award or not. Like, you're doing such a great thing by creating these games for us to play, to experience your stories and your creativities through your games. So a big shout out to everybody who is making a game as a woman or woman representative. Big shout outs to you all. Big shout out to Makula Interactive, who was able to receive the award in person at the Indie Game Awards. They held a little viewing party in New York. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend, of course, because I am here in Australia. But yeah, they were there and they were able to physically accept the award, which is amazing. So I love to see that. That's really cool. But yeah, this has definitely intrigued me to maybe check out their game and see what it's all about, because it sounds interesting. The next category is for solo development, and this is recognizing a game crafted by a single full-time developer, as well as the dedication, creativity, and passion that goes into bringing a vision to life from concept to completion. And the nominees are Animal Well by Billy Basso, Children of the Sun by Renee Rother, Crypt Custodian by Kyle Thompson, Knuckle Sandwich by Andy Brophy, and Magical Delicacy by Skull. And the recipient of the Solo Development Award went to Animal Well by Billy Basso. Been hearing so many good things about this game, just like every other game that has been receiving awards throughout this show. And yeah, this game, I've heard a lot of good things. It looks really interesting, very unique in its visual art style. And yeah, it just, it looks cool. It really does. Congratulations to Billy Basso for receiving the Solo Development Award, and kudos to everybody else who was nominated. The next category is for industry impact. This category is recognizing individuals and or organizations that have made remarkable and positive contributions to the indie scene throughout the year. And the way that they presented this particular award was that they recognized these groups, these teams throughout the show, rather than putting it as one chunk of a category. So everybody who was under the Industry Impact Award, they all were recognized and were awarded the Industry Impact Award, which was really amazing. And those teams are Strange Scaffold, New Blood, Outer Sloth, and Day of the Devs. Now, this particular category is definitely something that really needs to be highlighted a lot more, considering the amount of layoffs that the gaming industry has had throughout the year, and how it has really impacted a lot of the studios that have been creating games in this past year. It's something that we all need to be aware of. That if it's really unfortunate that when a game doesn't meet expectations, that they have to downsize a studio. Like, why? Why would you do that? Like, these people have poured in all of their heart and soul into creating these games, and because you weren't making the money that you were hoping to make for that game, you have to make cuts. And yeah, I get it, it's business as well, and all that sort of stuff, but it's just really sad to know that these really talented people end up with no jobs or no work because of that reason. And it's not even just specific individuals. It's teams of people. That's a lot of game developers, a lot of very talented people out there who are losing their jobs because of that. So it's really nice to see that the IGA is recognizing this fact and bringing it to the surface for everybody to see, because everybody is talking about it on socials, and it's nice to see that this is also a great platform for for independent developers and publishers to be able to to let you all know that this is happening, but they're doing something about it. And I'm so glad that these teams who have received the Industry Impact Award are actually doing something about it. So, big shout out to the recipients. They're all doing an amazing job, and can't wait to see more in the near future. And now it is time to go through the final category, which is also the category that everybody always looks forward to, and that is Game of the Year. And this is recognizing a game that has made a significant impact in the industry through its unique storytelling, artistic vision, and gameplay mechanics. And the nominees for Game of the Year are 1000 Times Resist by Sunset Visitor, Animal Well by Billy Basso, Arco by Arco Team, Ballotro by Local Thunk, Crypt Custodian by Kyle Thompson, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes by Simogo, Mouthwashing by Wrong Organ, Neva by Nomada Studio, Nine Souls by Red Candle Games, and UFO 50 by Mossmouth. And the Game of the Year award went to Ballotro. Big congratulations to the team over at Local Thunk for winning this award. Big shout outs to all of the nominees who also are in this category. They have all done an amazing job with their games. And that is all of the recipients to all of these amazing categories at the Indie Game Awards. Again, shout outs, applause, big kudos to everybody who was nominated, who received an award. They have all done an amazing job. And I love that this specific event is being recognized. And, it was also on IGN. Like, hello. That's amazing. That is an amazing achievement for the SixOneIndie team. And yeah, it's such a great way to just spotlight all the amazing independent developers out there, just making our lives better by creating these amazing games, Like, if you would have told me, I don't know, a decade ago that I would be, so hung up on playing independently made games, small games, not your big AAA games on your Nintendo Switch or, on a PlayStation or an Xbox. If you told me a decade ago that I would be a lover of all indie games, I don't know that I would have believed you. Because back then I wouldn't even known what an independent game was. Because back then I wasn't really huge into the gaming world. But even though I knew of it, I had no real clue about indie games back then, until within the last, I'd say in the last 2 to 3 years is when I have been dabbling in a lot more indie games. And it's just, my love for these type of games is just growing even more and more. And I love it. It's so great. I will always highlight, spotlight, shout out independently made games wherever I can, on my socials, on my YouTube channel. I'm usually playing a lot more independently made games on my YouTube channel. I love showcasing it. And, especially when there is a demo for a game, I am also a big advocate for playing demos whenever they're available. And I showcase those on my channel as well. If there is a demo for a game that you have wishlisted, please go and play the demo and just experience the games that is on your wish list, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to find whether or not you're going to be enjoying that game or not. It is a nice little slice into what the experience is going to be like about the game. So go and check out demos if you can. I'm also trying to get through, a backlog of games that mostly are independently made. And you know what? I'm loving it. And especially considering that a lot of them are shorter in their gameplay, which is why I really love indie games, because indie games can be made so that your time isn't wasted, and you're still getting a great experience from a short game, and you come away happy. It's not wasting your time, and it's just great. I love it. I love indie games. One thing I will also mention, if you do go to indiegameawards.gg, I will have the link in the description, in the show notes. They do have an official Steam event happening right now. On their Steam event, you will see, their Indie Game Award nominees. Those games will be in their event, their Steam event. They'll even have featured games from presenters. They thank their partners like Play Crafting, Wholesome Snack, Latin American Game Showcase. All of the games you see in this Steam event is all independently made. They're even there thanking their sponsors as well, and their games are up there. So it's just a love story for indie games. And SixOneIndie are doing an awesome job about it and praising these amazing developers. I cannot thank SixOneIndie enough for doing this. It is such a great event that they have put on. The Indie Game Awards, first of its kind this year in 2024, and hopefully it will continue on for many, many years. I cannot wait for the 2025 edition of the Indie Game Awards. And as SixOneIndie say, play more indies. Just do it. It is great. and you will definitely find something that you will enjoy. So go check out the Indie Game Awards website for all of the recipients of the awards and all the nominees. Go check out their Steam event and wish list and buy the games that are currently available to you. Go play the demos that are also available to you, and just show your love and support for these amazing, talented people who are creating these games for us. Do it. Anyway, that is pretty much my thoughts and the overall categories and nominees and winners of the Indie Game Awards. Thank you for listening. If you enjoy the Many Thoughts I Have podcast, I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a 5-star review or rating on your podcast service of choice. Remember that you can also comment on each episode over on Spotify. To keep up with me, you can follow me on socials at Foolish Fuji on Blue Sky and Instagram. If you'd like to check out my video content and more, you can head over to my website, foolishfuji.com. All the links will be in the show notes. That's it from me. Remember to look after yourself and your mental health. Play more indies, and happy thinking, friends.